he'll be like in the ruck the whole time.
Okay.
But he'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. Just make sure it's over your ears so it doesn't fall.
Okay. Good afternoon and welcome to the second team matches of Unimil versus Durbar here at Unimil Rugby Club. Proudly brought to you by Enhanced Sport Media. Just witnessed the under-20s and the third teams of these respective sides playing some good rugby, and you can see the intensity picking up in the second team with Durbar really showing some good intent on attack. Early penalty given here by the referee in the favour of Durbar. Just on the 22 of Unimil. And a good touch finder there by the fly-off of Durbar. And they will look to use their big, robust forwards to get a good line-out maul, to get it all-important 5-point to get themselves in this game and to assert their dominance on Unimil. Durbar taking a bit long with their throw-in, seeing a bit of a scuffle here between the two sides. And a short-arm penalty for Unimil, and they look to go wide quite quickly in this first stanza of the game. Good handoff there by Unimil. Unimil really building some pressure inside their own half. The ref says play can go on, no obstruction on that occasion. Number 10 finding some good space there on the blind side with a really good kick, but the ball sitting up there. Durbar trying to launch a good attack from their own half. Another penalty for Durbar for not releasing in that ruck. But good attacking intent showed here by Unimil. Scrum inside the half of Unimil. And Durbar would like to launch a good attack here. Good pass there by Dylan Jonkent. Jonkent going to blind side. Fantastic run there by Craig Walker, really showing some good physicality early in the game. Durbar really building some good pressure, showing some good patience on attack. Alexander Oosthuizen. But isolated there in the trenches, and Unimil taking him out. But good attack shown by Durbar on that occasion. Triumph Beloy. Just unlucky there with this shortage of space to showcase his pace today. But Durbar looking they are excited for this game and they want to showcase their running rugby. Durbar stealing the ball on that occasion, the line out. They don't want to go wide. Great run there by Armand Conradi. Mo Thomas, a journeyman. Good break, good step. Good step and great finish there by Ryan Miller for Durbell. He's been around the block also for a while and showing some really good strength in that occasion. And opening the account of Durbell with a great try. All started there with a good steal by the lock, Vian Smith, and just trusting their passing and their space and their physicality on that occasion, and Ryan Miller just taking the gap and making sure that he jots down and getting his side on the board for this encounter. Score now 5-0 in the favour of Durbell. Alton Schmidt not getting the conversion on that occasion. He'll be quite disappointed with himself. But Durbell really showing some good attacking intent and really to showcase some running rugby on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Wade Alice with a restart, nice high. Good take there by Alexander Westhuizen. Securing the ball beautifully for his side. That's a good box kick there by Dylan Jonken. Taken really well there by Joshua Versage of Unimol. Opting rather with a kick, Carlisle Castle. Ball getting kicked through. And a forward pass on that occasion. He's feeling a bit aggrieved, but I'm sure if we have to have a look back on that, you would see that was a forward pass indeed. Great attacking opportunity here for Unimol to get themselves back into this match. Got options on both sides here, where their halfback combination, Joshua Versage and Wade Alice, would want to conjure up something special here to get their side back into this match and getting that all-important 5-pointer. Good scrum by both sides. Ref telling him to use the ball. Looks like there was a bit of a knock there, but the ref says the game must go on. Unimol building some good pressure here with their forwards. Ref says unfortunately was held up, and Unimol still get the scrum though. Can really see the intensity of each game as we go on has really picked up. The physical exchanges has been really tough in the opening stanza of this game, and it's good to see the guys getting stuck in for their respective clubs. Scrum feed for Unimol. The number 8 breaks there, not getting over that line, being held up by Durbell. What will the unlucky on that occasion, being held up. Durbell's defense holding up on that occasion. And showing some real good discipline as well with the scrum. Both props keeping their bind. Unimol here with a third opportunity inside the 22 of Durbell, and would look to get that all-important 5-pointer to get themselves back into this match, as Durbell is leading by 5-0. Wilfred Isaacs will want to get a good right shoulder. Durberl gets a good tight end there. And Ryan Miller getting over that vantage line with a... Durberl getting a good reward for that scrum. He tightened prop, losing its bind on that occasion. And they get that all-important penalty on the defense line. I think Unimol will be disappointed with the efforts there. Not getting away with any points. Good touch finder there by Alton Smith. Would want to make amends for that earlier missed conversion in the beginning. Quite a relatively easy kick. And he would want to get himself back into this match and let his forwards do the work, and him releasing his back line to make some good run today. Unfortunate skew throw there by Eric Smith. He will be very disappointed with himself on that occasion, since you want to have a good line out, especially in your own 22, to get a quite clean exit. But instead of opting for the scrum, Unimol has gone for the line out. Let's see what they can conjure up on this occasion. Some miscommunication there on the line out. Jumpers not going up on that occasion. Dylan Jonkind playing Alton Smith, finding a great touch. A quick throw in there by Unimol. 15 was quite Hunter Jordan from Ayub Davids rather, finding play on the outside there. Kalal Castle for a nice chip in good space. Bit of a vurvur scoop there, but the hamstrings letting Wilfred Isaacs down on that occasion. Not gathering that ball. He would be quite disappointed himself with that effort, especially with the opportunity that was there for them to attack from that position. Score still 5-0 in the favour of Durberl. And their scrum feed just inside their own half. Durberl really getting some good ascendancy. Advantage for Durberl. Yeah, getting the penalty on that occasion. Durberl really showing some good ascendancy on the scrum. Alan Schmidt finding touch just outside of the 22 of Unimol. Eric Schmidt would want to find his jumpers here, since they've got a really good pack and they've showed some really good cohesion on that occasion, especially in the scrums, and they would want to have the same cohesion in the line-out ball. Let's see if Eric Smith can find his jumpers on this occasion. Lot of movement in the line out. Finding his jumpers on that occasion. Unimol bringing a good counter shove on that occasion. But the ref deems it from the side. Interesting decision from the ref, giving Vian Smith his marching orders. Looks like he has said something he shouldn't have said and got a yellow card in that, and he will not be happy with that, since his team got the penalty and got the momentum. Solid touch finder there by Wade Alice for Unimol. Just inside the half of Durberl. Unimol's feet in this line out. They will want to get some cohesion in the attacking play and build some pressure inside the half. Not finding his Alroy. Some great speed shot there on the outside. Unimo want to get out of their 22, and a good counter attack there from their wing, showing some good pace and making some valuable meters for his side. Looks like Wade Alice is just slowing down play, and unfortunate finding a direct touch outside of his 22. And Joshua Saki will feel a bit disappointed by himself on that occasion. Alton Schmidt would want to use his back line since they are one short in their line out after Vian Smith got his marching orders by the ref. Eric Smith would want to find his jumpers here as they are on the 22 of the inside the half of Unimol. Looks like there's an injury for one of the forwards of Unimol there on the far side. Looks like his shoulder, his elbow is got a bit of a challenge in that area. Rather, the centre, Waylon Robertson. Looks like he's been patched up there on the far side, and play can continue. Eric Smith would want to find his jumpers. Not a very good throw on that occasion, but also not a good gather there by Unimol's lock forward Michael Westhuizen, being a bit overzealous with his hands. And the pack of Durban getting a second opportunity to launch an attack here just on the 22 of Unimol. And they would want to sit up here with their big 12 Ryan Miller, who's got some provincial experience as well. Looks like he's put on some good size in the off season and want to make it count here on this occasion. And then Ryan Miller taking that ball up powerfully with a brilliant step, and being a bit he already loses the ball on that occasion. Now Ryan Miller doing all the hard work and being a bit too casual with dotting down the ball, and I'm sure his coach will not be happy with him after doing everything possibly to score that try. But I'm sure that'll be a lesson he will not forget for the future. And I'm sure he's going to owe all his players a beer after the game for that mistake. Unimo would want to exit quite cleanly here on their try line. Same play, putting the 12 up and want to get an exit here. Not rolling away on that occasion, and Unimo getting a penalty inside their own 22 and want to go look for some relief. Wade Alice would want to get fine touch and make sure not getting touch. On occasion, Alton Smith playing inside, passing, letting the players down at the moment. They want to sharpen up in that area, but well recovery there by Hanu Jordan. Eric Smith being quite industrious, but not getting the supporters that he needed on that occasion. Unimol trying to speed up the game. Michael Westhuizen taking up the ball, but Durban not being 10 meters on that penalty. Hence Unimil getting that penalty again. White Alice do want to find touch after missing touch before this kick. Much better strike. And a great kick there by Alice to find touch just inside the 22 of Durban. And their packer forwards will want to get some momentum on this line-out opportunity they have here. And get that all-important score to get themselves back into this encounter. Ref says play can continue. Looked a bit skew. Ali's rounding up with a nice loop. And again the 50-50 passes. Jaden Ali's being kept up in contact but managing to get the ball out there. Wilfred Isaacs, the journeyman, putting up that ball. Finding some good meters. Alice with a short exchange but not enough cleaners. That will be a penalty for Durban for holding on. And Unimil will be quite disappointed with not supporting the ball carrier on that occasion. Alan Schmidt would want to find a good touch here. Durban will look to slow down this play since they've got their number 5 in the sin bin. You can see that they walking to the line are trying to waste every minute that they can just to make sure that they burly number 5. Vian Smith has enough time to get back on. Line out for Durban inside Unimil's half. Great line out. A nice loop run there. By Alexander Oosthuizen. Smith taking the ball up there. Almond Thomas releasing his player there on the outside, managing to stay inside field of play. But not finding enough space on that occasion, and again Durban will feel a bit disappointed since they've got a man in the sin bin and still gaining momentum in the tight exchanges. Unimil will want to capitalize inside their half here. Hooker, like they say in Afrikaans, mukking here. And Durban, interesting, Durban is opting for the scrum, even them being a man short. But obviously backing their forward power and getting a good scrum here just outside the 22 of Unimil. And I'm sure they would want to launch another attack by their strong talisman Ryan Miller. He's played for the Lions, and he would want to bring his provincial experience into play here and use his size and his pace to get over the advantage line for his team. Good defense shown there by Unimil. Ryan Miller making a good recovery, but a bit of a high tackle there by Unimil. The ref says play can continue. Durban flooding the ruck. Joshua Vasaki getting a bit caught up there in the close exchanges. Knock on here by Wade Alice. Play a bit messy on that occasion, and both teams not just getting ascendancy on the attack. Fian Smith coming back on the field after his 10 minutes in the Sinbin, and I'm sure he would want to really up his energy and his discipline to make amends for the yellow card that he received. It put his team a bit under pressure, but Durban managing that part of the play quite good and not getting any try against him or any point scoring against him while Vian was on the bench. Just the injury here on Ethan Gordon. Rather Michael Oosthuizen. It's got a bit of a knock against the head, and I'm sure they'll fix him up. Score still 5-0 for Durbell here at Unimall. We're getting ready for the final game of the day, where the first team of Unimall and Durbell will go up against each other at 4 o'clock. We've had the under-20s where Durbell was victorious, and then we had the thirds where Unimall was victorious in a quite close encounter, 1917. And currently we've got the second team where Durbell is leading 5-0 in a game that is a bit ridden with errors, but still good skills on display and good running rugby for both sets of teams. But they would want to minimize on their mistakes and their discipline, and I'm sure we'll see some good attacking rugby for both sides, since it's a glorious day for running rugby. Scrum inside the half of Unimall. Durbar getting some good ascendancy. Ryan Miller again taking that ball up. Really strong on his feet and getting well over the advantage line. Unimall not releasing. Coming from the side. Aldons would want to find touch, at least inside the 22 of Unimall, and finding a good touch. Finding a good touch here by Aaron Smith, using his experience. And now with Durbell with having all their players available in the back, I'm sure they would want to launch a good attacking maul here inside the 22 of Unimall. Good line out there by Eric Smith. Ref giving an advantage for Unimall, again coming from the side. Eric Smith breaking away from that maul, and I'm sure there will be a warning issued to Unimall for their repeated infringements. Good discipline shown by Durbell, by their captain especially, by saying, guys, we have to slow it down. We are dominating the line out, so let's keep cool heads and let's opt for the line out. Durbell got a range of options here with the line out maul, and also a big burly centre, Ryan Miller, that has been quite industrious in the physical exchanges. Great line out found there by Eric Smith. Again, Unimall is coming from the side again, but the ref not giving the penalty, and an obstruction. Ooh, a bit of a how's your mommy, or how's your... We don't want to see that. We don't want to see some apple swinging. We just want the boys to play. The ref having a word with the two captains. And the penalty still for Durban inside the 22, but 5 meters away from the try line. And Schmidt making sure of touch. And let's see if Durban can capitalize after a third opportunity in the line out and see if they can build on their lead against Unimil. Beautifully secured there by Vian Schmidt. Doesn't seem to get any forward momentum by Durban Pack. Unimil really throwing themselves into the occasion. They will look to set up here with a pick up and drive here by their forwards. And the number 2 of Unimil, Bongani Kateni, not rolling away on that occasion. And I'm sure the ref will lose his patience quite soon if Unimil is not picking up a discipline. Smart call by the captain to rather opt for the scrum since the line has been a bit messy. And I'm sure they would want to get a good scrum in here, a good right shoulder by Craig Walker. And would want to get that pushover try. Also the 8-9-14 option that is here for Durban. And also Ryan Miller. That has been quite a fantastic threat on attack for them today. For Durban today. The ref is trying to find the mark for both sides to pack down to scrum. Craig Walker would really want to get ascendancy in this scrum since he's known for being a tough scrummager. Durban pushing forward, getting that shove. 9 is coming on the blind side. Fantastic finish there by Triumph Baloy. Some good reward for some pressure by Durban. They've been relentless inside the 22 of Unimil. And it was just a matter of time for them to dot down and get good reward for the pressure that they've been applying in the last 10 minutes. Unimil will be quite aggrieved with the discipline that let them down in that occasion. And I'm sure the captain will have a stern talk with him. Score now 10-0 for Durban with kick to come. And Schmidt striking it quite nicely in the warm-up. Let's see if he can add the 2 points for his side. Fortunately, Alshon Smith capitalizing on the try, not adding the 2 points. Score still remaining 10-0 in favor of Durban. Unimil's forwards would really want to build on or pick up on their discipline rather, and make sure that they are competing fairly in the set piece and get themselves back into this match. Right, Alice want to get a good restart here. Seem to be kicking it there. Finding some good air there. And the burly number 8 of Durban, Alexander Oosthuizen, has been a Trojan thus far. Smith with a good exit. That's a good physical run there. Amone van der Kerk. Sachi. Pass. Change direction for Sahi. Wilfred Isaac taking up the ball quite strongly. Penalty advantage for Unimil. Carlisle Castle with a cross kick. Oh, unlucky. Not a bad idea, but since they've got the advantage, and I'm sure the captain will call for calm and up for touch, but rather not. They're going for the quick tap. Sam Ekpo. Durberell again offside. Shonken running his own teammate over. Sahi with a good pass. Carlisle Castle. With a bit of a slippery pass there. Good physicality shown there by Brian Mashua. Nice show and go, not getting the selling through the gap. Unimil building phenomenal pressure. Play being stopped there. I think there was a bit of a nasty collision between Unimil's forwards and the 8th man of Durban, Alexander Oosthuizen. Got a bit of an elbow in the face, but thankfully he's back up. He's sitting up because it looked like he was a bit dizzy there for a moment, but seemed to get back onto his feet and looks good to go. It's safety first always. If there's a head collision, the ref needs to stop play and make sure that the player is fine. Since we are busy with a collision sport, and safety must always be a priority and come first. It seems like the ref has also called half-time and scores 10-0 in the favour of Durberell. Exciting rugby that has taken place in that first half, and I'm sure we're going to see a real spectacle in that second half.
Rob, you want to just go to Gibbo? I was going to move the camera a little bit away from the corner that I can stand a bit better, so tell me when I can.
Ja, tak moet je het bij jou staan.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here at Unimil Rugby Club. We've got the second teams of Durbar up against Unimil's second team. Score is 10-0 in the favour of Durbar. And a glorious, absolute glorious day for running rugby. Early knock on there by Durbar, and Unimil has a scrum just outside of the 22 of Durbar. They will look to really capitalize on this opportunity since they are trailing by 10 points. And they want to make the most of this opportunity, get themselves back into this game and build some scoreboard pressure. Smart play there by Unimil's backline. Wade Alice would like to play same side here. Alice going same side. Not finding his run on that occasion, but managed to recover the ball. Great run there by the number 17 of Unimil. Nice space here on the inside. Great cover defense, but unfortunately it was a high tackle there by Tian Shonken of Durber. Trying to look for runners, but a bit of a hospital pass there by Mona van Niekerk. Durber will be very happy with that defense on that occasion. Unimil will really be frustrated with not just getting the ascendancy. It was supposed to be a promising attack there and a great opportunity for them to get back into the game. Scrum there inside the 22 of Durbel. Alan Schmidt, flyer of Durbel, would want to get a good exit for his team. Durbel dominating his scrum exchanges. Alan Schmidt looking to get outside of his 22 with a great run. Some space on the outside for him. Flat pass, but unfortunate. Couldn't gather the ball on that occasion. Tegan Abrams will be quite disappointed with himself. There was a real opportunity for them there, with great skills shown there by Alton Schmidt.
On where?
Rather opting to trust the pace on the outside and releasing his outside backs. Line out just inside the half of Unimil. And we've got a bit of an injury halt in play with Ryan Miller just receiving also a bump against the head, and I'm sure there's nothing, then a bit of water and a little bit of ice to make the pain go away. Ryan Miller back on his feet. Really important cog for this Durbar second team. And you can see that they're really building play around him since he's been so physical and really getting over the advantage line nicely. Line out for Unimil. And I'm sure Bongani Kateni would want to find his jumpers. Beautiful line out there by Unimil. Skated a good chip through there by Elmo Thomas, also a journeyman in club rugby. He's played for Boland and the Western Province amateur team. Also has got great experience that I'm sure he's giving for his younger counterparts. Good exit there by Durban to get out of danger there in their own 22, and they've got Unimil rather, they've got a line out here for Durban just inside the half of Unimil, and I'm sure they would want to keep ball in contact, not throw away the 50-50 passes and get some reward for their pressure. Well done, Schmidt with a nice flat pass. Looks like Durban will go here for the pick up and drive, since their forwards have been really robust in the physical exchanges. Blindside is on there, and Halton, Almo Thomas with an unfortunate knock on. He'll be disappointed with himself. I know he sets high standards for himself when he takes up the ball. So he'll be disappointed with himself. Unimil will want to get back into this match. They are trailing 10-0. And they've got a nice attacking platform here in the middle of the field. They've got the 8-9-11 or 8-9-15-11 option on the blind side. Let's see if they can identify the space on the outside. They've been really doing well, especially in the middle of the field, and opting sometimes for the kick rather than the pass. And I'm sure if they can back their outside backs, they will get some good reward. The man we just spoke about now, Elmo Thomas, having looks like a finger injury that he sustained during that collision. And hopefully they'll get him fixed up and ready to go. Looks like the finger didn't heal, and looks like he will be substituted by number 21, DeVito Peterson. Will take up his space in the midfield. Durban has been really dominating in all the facets of play today, especially in come scrum time, and I'm sure they will want to get that tight head. Joshua Sahi with the feed. Looks like that 8-9 option is on. Great surge run there by Tian Shonken, getting over the advantage line. Unimil not upping the tempo on that occasion. Bit of a chip, little small box kick there by the 23. Physical hit there by the 22 of Unimil. Ref deems it to be high, and advantage for Durban just outside of the 22. And the ref gives the penalty advantage for a high tackle of Unimil on on the Durbar player. And sure he'll be disappointed since they've got a bit of momentum in the attack. Alshon Smith has been a real reliable kicker out of hand, finding touch and finding good touch on a consistent basis. Durbell's line-out feed here on the half. I'm sure they would want to get Ryan Miller back into the game and release that pacey backs on the outside. Alshon Schmidt, a bit of a Hail Mary pass, but good recovery there. Hanu Jordan. Durbar will look to secure this ball inside the half of Unimall. Good blind side jink there by Dylan Jonkent. Getting some great ascendancy here inside the 22-year of Unimall. Another penalty here for Durbar. Poor discipline by Unimall. Good quick tap there by the number 14, and he finishes off. Triumph Baloy. Thinking quick on his feet, taking the quick tap, jinking past the defenders, using his step, and getting a well-deserved try. And Durbar in the lead by 15 with a kick to come. You can see that the forwards of Unimall looks a bit depleted after that scrum and after the pounding that they've taken from the physical collisions. And I'm sure they will want to get themselves back into the game by taking the opportunities. Kick to come by Alshon Smith. And not striking the ball quite good on that occasion, but he can be forgiven. He's been a real talisman for them in the back line, directing play so beautifully. Score now 15-0 in the favour of Durbar, and they look to build a nice lead here as we are coming to the closing stages of the second half. Good to see all the first teams warming up and ready for the encounter at 4 o'clock. And I know there's a real buzz here and a real excitement since we haven't seen rugby in such a long time. Have club rugby back in the Western Province. It's such a beautiful sight to behold. Number 21 of Unimall with a restart. Good take there by George Oliver. Being again taking on that blind side. Dylan Jonkent being a real menace there, unfortunately with a forward pass, but it's been a real threat there on the blind side and really mixing up play really well, keeping the defense of Unimall guessing all the time and keeping them honest there around the rucks. Strong scum there by Durbar. Unimall scrum have got caught up there in position a bit, but recovering beautifully. Carlisle Castle, previous UWC man and Kuils River man, up playing his rugby now here at Unimall. Unimall playing quite flat, but a good run. Looks like oof. Ayub Davids feeling a bit frustrated there since he came at pace in the line there, and on that occasion just overrunning and knocking the ball on in the process, and Position now over to Durbar, where they get the scrum feed just on the halfway. Or Alton Schmidt, we want to launch a nice attack here inside the half of Durbar and release this pacey backs that they have. Durbar again dominating the scrum area, and the ref giving advantage. Alton Schmidt undercut, but good switch there to Ryan Miller, and Ryan Miller again dominating the contact. And we want to play the hands here. Again overrunning the ball on that occasion. Looks like the ref called the advantage over. And the game but halted here and there with a small knock-ons and just overrunning the pass. I would want to work on that in the week, just focusing on keeping their depth, making sure that they trust their process and that they trust their running lines to get some reward for the pressure that they put in place. Again, we have a scrum on the halfway, but on this occasion it's a feed for Unimol. They will need to get points if they want to still be in this encounter. Again, Durbell dominating the scrum. Looks like it's been the DNA of all the teams thus far. Big forwards that love scrum time. Alton Smith want to find again a good touch inside the 22. Fortunately just a bit short, but making sure on that occasion and line out just outside of the 22 of Unimol. Durbar forwards having a bit of a conference there, just chatting through what they're going to do. Eric Smith has been quite reliable in the line-out, finding his jumpers on a regular basis. I'm sure they will again do their mauls. That has worked quite well for them in this day, in this game. Got to talk in that maul by the forwards, but they're getting good ascendancy, getting good momentum, but breaking away. Good offload. Ryan Miller with a disappointing offload, but managed to gather the ball back on it. Setting it up for the forwards there. Edja de Meyer. Durbar slowing the ball down on that occasion. Good hit there by Unimol defense. Albert Kutsia playing the same side, but in two minds there. Armand Conradi. Some space here on the outside. Ryan Miller releasing. Edja de Meyer showing real strength, and he scores a beautiful try. Showing some real pace and real power to dominate that collision, and that is a great reward for the pressure that the Durbell pack has been putting on Unimol, and a just reward for his efforts today. He's been really robust. He's been running all over the field, and he deserves that try. Edja de Meyer. Score now 20-0 with a kick to come for Durbell. With about 6 minutes to come, it looks like this game is safe for Durbell, but in the Western Province with all the running rugby, you can never count any side out, as games can change so quickly. Alshon Smith with a better strike though, but still not finding the conversion. Score remained 20-0 with about 6 minutes to go. And I'm sure Durbell's coach would rather run the changes to give everybody an opportunity and give a bit of a run out to enjoy running rugby on Saturday. Davito Peterson for Unimil with a restart. Nice deep restart. Schmidt with a good gather. Nice kick through, but I think it will be a bit much. And it's direct, unfortunately, for Schmidt. He hasn't put a foot wrong today. He's been immense for his side. Really leading and directing play really well for his side, but fortunately just kicked the ball out directly and giving a line out to Unimil just outside of the 22 of Durbar. I'm sure they would want to at least get some reward for all the efforts that they've put in today and at least change that 0 into a 5 or a potential 7. Edgar de Meyer, the number 7 of Durban, got a bit of a bump, but he seems to be back on his feet and ready to rejoin play again. Good hit there by Albert Kutsia for Durban, and a good counter ruck there to secure the ball. Bit of a deep box kick there, well gathered there by the number 22 of Unimil, doing his best to stay on his feet for support. Good counter ruck here by Durbell, but I think on that occasion they were a bit fortunately not to be penalised. So a lot of the players came from the side, but the ref deemed Durbell to go forward into that ruck occasion, and they've managed to get the scrum just inside the half of Unimil. Again, Durbell is hitting themselves on that scrum. Dylan Jonken not getting the ball out when the ref said to release, but they managed to get the ball out. Quick throw in there by the number 11. The ref says play can continue. They've got some space there on the outside. Some good fleeting feet there by Triumph Baloy. Also has been quite outstanding for his team today. Good hand shown there by Hanno Jordan. Just also directing play so beautifully and interlinking with their Flyve Schmidt. Looks like they've got a real good understanding with the way they play and the way Hannes Jordan comes into the line. Unfortunately, another injury there on the far side. Looks like the number 23 of Unimil, looking like he's got a bit of cramp. We know it's early season and guys are still getting match fit. As pre-season fit, being pre-season fit, it's not the same as being match fit. And a lot of the boys still getting cramps. But I'm sure the more game time, those things will iron out and sort itself out, and the boys will be fully fit. It's good to see all the first teams that is warming up, getting ready for the big encounter that will take place at 4 o'clock. It's been really good to see all the good rugby today from the under-20s, showcasing some great running rugby. up into the thirds, and now we're busy concluding with the second team. And it's been a real festival here at Unimil, proudly brought to you by Enhanced Sport Media, that is bringing you all the action live so that you as the supporters can also get a bit of a taster since we've been in this difficult time. Good scrum there by Unimil. The ref teaming for that scrum that went down and to reset. So about 32 seconds left of this game, and I'm sure Unimil will want to make the most of this opportunity to get their points on the board. At least show something for all the efforts today. Even though there's been a lot of mistakes, one thing the coaches, I know they will not fault their effort. They've really given everything to make their club and their family and their supporters proud. Durban, on the other hand, has been quite physical. They've been dominating all the exchanges. They had a really strong set piece today, and their flyer of Alton Smith with a 1500 Jordan has really been directing play really beautifully and really been going about their business quite smart and astutely, and they can be very proud with their efforts today. Good scrum there by Unimil. Nice inside jink by Sebastian Stewart. Nice cut-out pass. And again the 50-50 pass, but the ball went backwards. Play continues, says the ref. Durbar will look again to counter-ruck. A lot of activity going on here on the sidelines. Ball was not out, but Durbal's disciplined a bit, getting them down in that occasion. And the ref gives a penalty for an offside. Carlisle Castle calling for them to keep the ball out, showing his experience, even though play has concluded almost. They can still play with kicking the ball out directly for touch. Line out on the 22, finding touch there. I'm sure Unimil will want to get at 5-pointer, and I'm sure they will want to go home with a clean sheet. The defense has been rock solid all day, and I'm sure that they don't want to let anything in as this game is drawing a conclusion. That's a very good throw in there. Abongani, Kenny. Nice set up there in the middle. The number 18. Unimil showing some real good attacking intent and real good momentum. Change direction there by Wade Ali's. Play a bit more slow. Nice cut-out pass there for their fullback, Ayub Davids. Ref gives a penalty for not releasing. Quick tap play there by Alice. Bongani Kakeni would want to get over. Again, Durbal's discipline letting them down, falling over the ruck. And a quick tap taken, but unfortunately at the wrong spot. And the ref says, he didn't tap the ball correctly, and a missed opportunity there for Unimil to get some points on the board. Durbar will look to conclude this game and go back home with a satisfying performance, getting that 20 points and not letting any tries in for this game. It's been a great game of rugby thus far. Uncontested scrum called by the ref. Alshon Smith again with a very good exit. Right on the halfway. Unimel going for the quick throwing. Let's see if they can launch something here from the back. Good step and some sound effects there by the number 22. And looks like Durban guys have heard that little chant from the 22, and it's such good to see the good fun the guys are having and having a bit of a laugh and a chuckle. It's what club rugby is all about expressing yourself and having a good time. Seems like the ref is saying there's still a few minutes left because of the injury time. Eric Smith has been absolutely phenomenal in the lineouts. Good move and good running there through by the Durbar loose forwards. Nice hands again there by Hanu Jordan. Releasing Baloy again being strong in the trenches. Great hands being shown there by number 3. Final offload again for that number man, Eja Gigani, with a phenomenal finish. And that is just summed up the day for Durban. Really good set piece, quick hands, trusting their pace on the outside, and always having a runner in support, and clinical finishing on every occasion that they have an opportunity, and extending their lead to 25 and a drop for Baloy. And that's a 2 points. That's 27-0. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. A really fantastic game by both sides, and good running rugby on display. Durban takes the spoils 27-0.
Ja, das kann man nicht fahren. Aber das ist ja schon ein Nummer 40 Leute.